Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the delay here. We had some technical difficulties, but we're excited to be joined here by Valentina Cervantes from Humana. She'll be going over some of their Medicare supplements and their dental, vision, ancillary products that we're really excited about. Personally, for me, I think their MedSup. I can just speak in terms of Pennsylvania, really competitive rates, especially with the Achieve plan. So it's definitely been something that I've been promoting personally. With that being said, don't want to take up too much time here. Have Valentina go through some stuff. And if you do have any questions, please, list them in the chat. We'll get to them. We can take breaks throughout just to answer any questions. And then at the end as well, we'll do that too. So that being said, Valentina, the floor is yours. Thanks.
Thanks, Ben. Thank
Yep.
you. Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are fairly warm over there. I'm in Wisconsin. It's pretty cold over here. We're in the middle of getting some snow today. Like Ben said, my name is Valentina Cervantes. I am the National Sales Director for Humana Medicare Supplement. And today we're just going to go over the Medicare Supplement product. We'll also go over some dental, vision, and hearing as well. Ben, do you have the PowerPoint or do you want me to share my screen?
You can share it.
Okay. All right, then let me go ahead and do that.
I can share it too, I think, but if you want to, it's up to you.
It's all right. Yep, I can do it. Not an issue. All right. You can see my screen. All right, perfect. Yes, you can. If you have any questions, just like Ben said, if you have any questions, any comments, please go ahead and put them in the chat. I might have met some of you at the URL conference that you had in 24 in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and I'll definitely be there this year as well on September 3rd. So I'm excited to see everyone there again this year. I hope all of you are going to be joining us. Like Ben said, the Humana Medicare Supplement, specifically the Achieve, is very, very competitive in Pennsylvania. So let's just go over some information. And again, if you have questions, throw them in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and monitor those. So once again, my name is Valentina. You'll find my information right here on this slide right here. This is the rest of the team that I work with. Essentially what we do is we split the whole nation by region, but that's only really based off of how we work with our partners. If you wanted to sell in California, in Texas, in Florida, we're still a national team, so we would still be able to help you with any questions you would have with any products that we offer in any state across the nations. Here's some of the things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the opportunity of Medicare Supplement. We're going to go over the Medicare products that we have. We'll talk about why we want to do business with Humana and some enhancements that we've made. I also do want to mention that at Humana, we are hosting some national Medicare Supplement webinars as well. Our first one is actually this Wednesday. And on those national webinars, what we do is we actually really do deep dives into specific topics. We're doing one specifically for underwriting coming in March, where our underwriting team is going to actually be on the call with us. So a really great way of kind of getting to know our staff or getting to know more about the Medicare Supplement product. So let's talk a little bit about Humana itself as a power brand. We are a very large health insurance company, right? We're the top three. You've got Humana, United, and Aetna. We have been in this business for over 60 years. You can come tell here from our financials, and I'm not going to go over them, line by line, but we've been around doing this a long, long time, and we're a stable company. We're not the kind of company that's going to come in and then come out. Obviously this year we've had some disruption on the MA side, but even with that, our disruption wasn't as large as some of the other carriers that we saw. So let's talk about the actual Medicare Supplement opportunity, which is why we're all here. So this is one of my favorite slides ever within this presentation. It kind of really just talks about the projection of where we think Medicare Supplement is going to go as we move forward. For any of us that have been doing this long enough, I know I've been in this industry for 10 years, just to age myself a little bit. But I started out at an FMO, much like URL, recruiting agents, talking to agents about the different products that are available when you get to Medicare. Back then, we really were in a market where we saw more of a 50-50 split when it came to insurance agents and the products that we're selling versus Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplement. a lot of our consumers at that time, were choosing a mid-sub a little more regularly than what we see now. As we stand today, the market sits at about a 70-30 split. So 70% of members choose a Medicare Advantage, and about 30% of members choose a Medicare supplement. Now, that being said, we know that the Medicare supplement market isn't as large as the MA, but it's still 30% of the market. So I know that myself, when I own my agency, 30% is not a number that I'd be willing to walk away from when it came to business. So if you have not sold a mid-sub policy, if you don't feel comfortable with Medicare supplement policy, you definitely do want to get involved in this market. So make sure you reach out to URL or reach out to us as well. We can kind of help you figure out how to get more comfortable with that product. But let's take a look at some numbers, right? So in 2022, there was 65 million Medicare beneficiaries, right? Only 30% of them choose a med-sub, so 14.4 chose a Medicare supplement, and that generated over $36 billion in premium, okay? $36 billion. As we move forward into 2031, we know that there's going to be 78 million people that are going to become eligible for Medicare. 18.4 of them or around there will choose a med-sub, and that is going to generate a $54 billion in premiums. Those are some pretty big numbers. It's definitely something that Humana wants to be part of, URL wants to be part of, and you should be part of as well. As we look into why our members are choosing a Medicare supplement, these top 3 main reasons right here on this slide right here, this really explains it. The number one is ability to use any doctors or hospitals. When I was a Medicare agent, one of the biggest things about my job was looking up providers, was looking up hospitals. When we had provider disruptions like we're seeing this year or this AEP that we just came off of, there was a lot of provider disruption. There was a lot of plan disruption. Some members just don't want to deal with that kind of disruption. They want to know that their plan is going to be their plan regardless, to where they go or who they see. Another big reason as to why members choose Medicare supplement is they want their medical bills paid for, and they want to know exactly what their medical bills per year is going to cost. With a Medicare supplement, depending on the plan you choose, but if you choose a plan G, let's say, all that the member has to do is pay their monthly premium, pay their Medicare Part B deductible, and then after that, everything else is covered. So it's really easy for seniors, especially seniors that maybe just want to make sure that they're staying within their budget, to be able to budget what their health insurance is going to cost them for the year on a Medicare supplement versus an MA where it's more pay as you go type of plan. They also want unrestricted access to specialists. And this actually, for me personally, should be a number one. I lived in Florida when I was a Medicare agent, and I will tell you that, trying to get into specialists, trying to find a specialist that's in with the network. A lot of the times, if you have the HMO restriction, you need that authorization. So it's always a little bit of a pain. Where with a med-sub, all you have to really do is kind of call in, schedule your appointment, and you're good to go. So a lot of our 30% of seniors or 26% of people that are turning 65, as you can see on this graph, really love the freedom and the flexibility that a Medicare supplement is going to offer versus a Medicare Advantage. Now, as we take a look here at our Medicare supplement growth, you'll kind of see this slide is super important. And the reason why I like to show it is because it shows Medicare membership. As you can see, most carriers, United, Cigna, Elevance, Aetna, you'll see that they had a membership that really looks a lot more what the market looks like, that 70-30 split. Here at Humana, we have always been a very strong Medicare Advantage company, and Medicare supplement, even though we've always offered it, it is a newer endeavor of ours that we're really pushing. We've always had the med-sub product. It's just that we never really had a sales team to come out and actually educate Medicare agents about our product. So that is one of the things that my leader and his leader have been working on since 2023. And this is how we're working on it. We are taking these 3 big things to try to win in the Medicare market. The first thing is competitive product, right? We can't come out and talk to agents or educate agents about our product without having something that is competitive. As an agent myself, I fully understand that when you're running a CSG quote, we need to be in that top bracket for agents to even talk about our product. And right now, as we sit, Pennsylvania is one of our very competitive states. I think that Cigna beats us in a couple different counties, but otherwise, Humana is going to be in that top right there. We also, best experiences. We also understand that agents like to do business with carriers that make it easy to do business with. So we try to make sure that our IT is up to par. We try to make sure that our enrollment team is up to par. And I'm going to be honest, between last year and this year, we have made so many changes of how we work internally with our applications, with our members, with our agents, and it's really made it a really great experience on all different levels. And we also lean very heavily on our partnerships, such as our partnership with URL and with all of you on this call. We know that if you are not pulling our sales kit out of your car or out of your bag when you're sitting with a member, that we're never going to be able to grow the way that we want to grow. So we lean heavily on all our partnerships. We try to create healthy relationships, and this is what I'm really here for. I'm not here just to talk to you about your product, but also to act like as a face and as somebody that can help you when it comes to the Humana Medicare supplement. So let's talk about our products. And again, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I'd love to be able to answer them as we're kind of going through these. So here at Humana, we have two different products. We have our Humana product, which is available in all 50 states. Now, in these 3 grayed out states, you'll see right here, there we have also a value product, which it's just like the Humana product. It's just that we offer Humana and value in these 3 states right here. The reason why we kept that in those 3 states is because that product at that time was pretty competitive and we didn't want to remove it from our members or our agents. But if you're wanting to do business with our Humana product, that is going to be in all 50 states. And please remember that the Humana product has silver sneakers attached to it. The other product that we offer is our Achieve product. Our Achieve product is available in 31 states. In 2024, we were able to add 6 more states to our Achieve product. Our Achieve product is a premium conscious product. So what does that mean? It does not offer silver sneakers. And instead, it has, for most part, specifically for Pennsylvania, a lower premium that we can offer our members. Essentially, what we wanted to do is we wanted to be able to offer our members either the choice of paying a little more for a gym membership, such as silver sneakers, or to be able to save premium and not have that membership. So the biggest differences between our 2 products is going to be geography, where the product is available, and that silver sneaker benefit. That is all. The rest of their benefits are available and all product. It's just the silver sneakers that's going to be a little different. For prices and incentives, our commission and incentives, they pay the same on all product, depending regardless of which one you're selling. Our prices, again, the Achieve is going to be that cost-effective premium. And the household discount is going to vary. So make sure that you look at our household discount flyer when you're looking at the different type of products that you want to work with in the different states. And I'll make sure to send Ben an email with the PDF, our household flyers, our bonus, and anything else that you would need. Did I skip one? No, I didn't. All right, so this is our top 10 state for Achieve and Humana. Humana is going to be our pink states, and the Achieve is going to be our green states. So again, if you're doing business outside of Pennsylvania, these states right here is where we are the most competitive. These are also the top 10 states where we're seeing the most business come in from all our agents. And I'm going to tell you, our AEP this year was one of the biggest AEPs we've ever had. Now, we said that in 24 as well. When we did the 2024 AEP, that was the biggest one. And we have been able to really substantially grow in 24 to once again be able to beat our 2024 AEP. And our OEP and ROI is looking very well as well. So lots of opportunity with the Humana Medicare Supplement product. So let's talk about what makes us different or what sets us apart. Why do you want to do business with us? So a couple of things is that we have a household and an ACH discount. Our ACH discount is actually very particular. We offer a $2 discount for EFT, and we also accept credit card. This is something that most of our competitors do not do. And it's something that's super popular with our members. They love the fact that they can pay their premium with a credit card and collect those points. Our household discount really depends on what state and what product you're selling. So for the state of Pennsylvania, our Achieve product actually has an enhanced household discount. What does that mean? Enhanced means that it's a roommate discount. So your member just has to live with somebody over the age of 18 for them to qualify for that 12% discount. This is what makes us so competitive in Pennsylvania. It's super easy for the members to qualify, and it's a great discount that we're able to kind of push forward to our members. We have competitive premiums and stable rate increases. This is a really interesting topic to talk about, specifically nowadays. We all know that we just came off of an AEP that was unlike others, right? And they're actually projecting that next year AEP is probably going to be just as volatile as this year until the market resets itself. It kind of feels like we're going through a market reset, specifically for those of us that have been here long enough to kind of see it. With all the changes that we saw on the MA side, with all the changes that we saw with providers, with the amount of utilization that we're seeing come in due from COVID and also just from our Medicare population getting older, we're seeing a shift in how the plans are covering. And now when we take a look at Medicare supplement, well, the shift is coming from MedSup as well. Historically, we've always seen very low rate increases, right? If anything was above a 5%, we would be like, oh, no way, we're not selling that. So we did a data study and we pulled rates from 2014 and 2015. And when we looked at them and compared them to our 2024 rates, we saw that our rates for Medicare supplement never really grew with what's happening out there in the market. So now we're having a reset on the MedSup as well. You're seeing that by rate increases that we're watching everybody kind of come out with. Aetna, United, Cigna, even ourselves. We're starting to see that double-digit rate increases are starting to be a little normal. Now here at Humana, we're very stable, right? We are putting out some double-digit rate increases. Some of them are not as high as some of our competitors. But what I'm really wanting to kind of say to you is that as we move forward into the MedSup market, I think that seeing higher rate increases is going to become more of a norm than what we've seen in the past to keep up with the market and to keep up with our Medicare supplement members. So if you have any questions on that, make sure you reach out to your URL. Also, Thomas Zach is your BRE for MedSup at Humana. He's got some great information on that as well, myself included. We can kind of help you just try to figure out how to talk your way through that. We here at Humana, we don't have a policy or application fee like many of our competitors do. So that is a saving of $20 to $25, depending on who you are comparing us to. We do have a real-time underwriting tool. This is actually really amazing, and we're going to go over it in depth in a couple slides here. And then we also have one of the most competitive bonus out there in the market. I will say that we've had a bonus going on for the whole year of 24, most of 23, and we're continuing that in 25. So we want to make sure that we continue to, work with our agents on our Humana product. So let's talk about the extra benefits that come out with our Medicare supplement product. Again, let me remind you, the Silver Sneakers is only available on the Humana product, not on the Achieve product. This is the number one question that we get at all of our trainings. But all the rest of the benefits do come on all the other products. So we have the Well-Dine, much like on the MA side. The Well-Dine is a program that if your member is at an eligible overnight inpatient hospital stay, they have the option to use this Well-Dine where they will be sent out food for 2 weeks, so 14 days. They'll get food delivered to their door to kind of help them recover so they don't have to worry about that portion as well. We have Humana First, which is our nurse hotline. Members love that nurse hotline, especially seniors that don't sleep very well at night. They love to be able to kind of call that hotline and figure out if whatever is ailing them is worth going to the urgent care or going to the hospital, or maybe sometimes you just need to talk through some things, and that nurse line is a very, very great tool for that. We also have a lot of additional discounts, which we're going to show on this slide right here. We have discounts on vision, prescription, hearing aids, Lifeline Medicare alerts, So a ton of discounts for our members once they join. I know I've seen base discounts on Sam's Club as well. So a lot of opportunity for them to continue to save money. We also have the My Humana mobile. This is a application or an app where they can download. They can also go on the web if they so prefer to do that. They can see their claims. They can see their plan. They can also pay their bill if they want to pay by credit card. A lot of different tools that you can do on that My Humana mobile. I did want to do a little bit of a highlight for Humana underwriting. I'm going to tell you that underwriting applications is probably the biggest thing that we train on, and it's also the biggest and most important thing in the Medicare supplement market. The reason why is if you're not liking the rate increases that you're seeing coming out from Medicare supplement carriers, you have the power to be able to really help that. The way that you help that is by doing underwriting applications. We talk to agents all the time about this. Instead of looking for open enrollment or guaranteed issue opportunities, try to kind of look for underwriting opportunities as well. Anytime that I sit with members, I try to figure out, are they healthy? Can I underwrite them? Can they answer these medical questions? And again, if you don't feel comfortable with our underwriting process, not only can you call this 800 number on the bottom with your member to see if they qualify, but here at Humana, we also do so many webinars on underwriting where our underwriting team actually comes in. You can ask them questions live. You can deep dive in underwritings. So make sure that you join us for that. Our next one is going to be in March, and I'll make sure to send that out in an email to Ben as well so that you have that date and you can join us for that. But let's do a quick highlight here. The biggest thing to kind of think about when we're thinking about underwriting with Humana is that we have a 2-year look back on heart attack, stroke, and cancer. So if they are completely recovered from any of these three, then they can go, and it's been over 2 years, then they can go ahead and apply, and they can also pass our underwriting. We also accept insulin-dependent diabetics that are not taking more than 50 units of insulin. So even though somebody has diabetes, that doesn't mean it is a complete denial right off the bat. Make sure as long as they're taking no more than 50 units of insulin and they don't have any other issues tied to their diabetes, we're going to go ahead and approve them. Our top declines are pending surgery. This is the biggest one. The pending surgery, it always seems like this. And I will tell you that my dad just said the same thing to me the other day. My dad came over and he said, hey, I think my doctor said I need to have surgery in this. How's my plan? And thank goodness we already have him on a med sup. But you want to know if you could switch his med sup? No, you can't switch med sup if you have a pending surgery. That is something that our underwriting team is going to take a look at. Also pending follow-up treatment. Like I said, for the 2-year look back, as long as they're fully recovered, then starts the 2-year look back. If your member is currently being treated for a specific disease, that's going to be a decline as well. Our top medication declines are blood thinners. Now, I'm going to tell you though, that if your member took blood thinners for a small amount of time for a specific issue and then got off of them, that is not an automatic decline. Make sure you put that through our underwriting and make sure you write that in the prescription drug portion of the application where you can, where you have the room to kind of explain yourself or call into our underwriting team. And also we do have an underwriting guide. I'll make sure to send it out to you as well that has a complete list of medication. We also have a height and weight chart as well. That's going to be on that too. And it will help you figure out who's going to be declined and who's not going to be declined. And if you answer yes, excuse me, excuse me about that. So if you answer yes to any of our underwriting question, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a decline. So just make sure you submit the application and let our underwriting room team take a look at it because they'll be able to kind of dig a little deeper on that. Also, use that 800 number. I just had an agent call me the other day. They were asking some questions about underwriting, and what I had them do is go ahead and call that 800 number, press the option 4, and actually talk to one of our underwriting agents. All right, now let's get to this fun stuff. Okay, you'll have to excuse me 1 second here. My heater won't turn off, and it is just making me sweat over here, so I apologize about that. But now let's talk about the fun part, the bonus. This is going to be our 2025 first quarter bonus. Right now for Pennsylvania, you can see that it's blue. We are paying a $200 bonus for open enrollment Plan N and underwritten applications. This is a really, really big opportunity. It is a 3 minimum to be eligible. That's not 3 a month, that's 3 for the whole entire quarter. So that's January, February, and March. A ton of opportunity for you. This is eligible for all our products, and the policy has to be active for 60 days. I will tell you, we just got done paying our fourth quarter, our AEP bonus, and we paid over $4 million in bonuses. So this is a really great opportunity, especially in Pennsylvania. If you're taking a look at a member and you're debating between a couple different carriers, make sure you're pulling out Humana as well. This is an opportunity, not just for us to serve your client very, very well, but also to make a few extra dollars. We also do have a dental cross-sale bonus opportunity as well. You do have the opportunity to qualify for a $25 bonus if you sell an individual dental plan with a new or existing Humana Medicare Supplement Plan F, High Deductible F, Plan G, High Deductible G, and or Plan N. And also, I'm going to take this moment as well, and actually I'm going to go back one slide here. I wanted to kind of point out that we're putting a pretty big focus on the Plan N. The reason why we put focus on Plan N is because the Plan N premium rates are actually very stable. So our Achieve Plan N is saved from guaranteed issue. What that means is that if somebody has a guaranteed issue to get into a Medicare supplement, they're not going to be able to choose the Plan N. Because of that, it keeps our Plan N really, really healthy and steady. So we'll see those rate increases be a lot lower than the rest of our plans. So if you have anybody that is healthy enough to get through underwriting, Plan N is really something you want to take a look at. We're also going to be having a national webinar on the Plan N to really kind of deep dive. The other thing about Plan N is that the premium usually tends to be anywhere from $20 to $40 less than a Plan G. And, if for healthier people, it just has that copay on providers and emergency room. Again, we have a webinar on that. We can kind of go over that a little more in detail. I do see a question here, and Joe, I'll go over your question in just at the end here. So again, if you have questions, put them in there. We'll go over them at the end. So now I kind of want to take a moment to switch my hat a little bit here and talk to you about our individual dental and vision plan. Many of us know that if we're selling Medicare supplement, unlike MA, they're not going to have that dental, vision, and hearing attached to it. So a lot of the times we are selling that individual DVH plan to kind of go with the MedSup. Also, when you're using our online enrollment tool, which I'll go over in a few slides here, you'll have the opportunity to cross-sell into these plans as well. So these are some really great plans for you to kind of have into your back pocket. We also have plans available for under 65 or ACA as well. So if you are in that market and are looking for additional ancillary benefits to self, our dental, vision, and hearing plans are really, really strong. So again, you want to be able to have that in your portfolio to be able to support your book of business and to be able to diversify your book of business as well. We do have fast start dates with it. We also will cover, depending on the plan that you choose, major services, and we have a very broad national network. I will tell you that I have a Humana dental, vision, and hearing plan, and my network is actually very, very large. So when I send the email, I'm also going to send you the grid of where you can find all our dental information. I pulled this information right off of our grid. But these right here are our Humana individual dental plans. You can see that we have a lot of different options depending on what your member is looking for. Everybody's dental needs are a little bit different. So it depends on really what they're looking to be covered. Do they need major services? Do they not? Do they want to save a premium? Do they need more inclusive? So a ton of opportunity here to really, really fulfill all your members' needs. We also have our individual Humana extended plans. These are going to offer dental, vision, and hearing in one plan. So this is everything in one plan. Again, a really great tool to add to your portfolio. Couple different options here depending on how much coverage they're looking for and what type of benefits they're looking for. We also have a standalone vision plan as well, and you can see here on the side. Oh, I apologize. That is a typo. That's not $1.99 for the one person. That was a typo on my end, so I'm sorry about that. But we do have a standalone vision plan as well. And this is, just if somebody's just looking for a vision plan, this is a good opportunity for them. Maybe they just don't want the dental or they're getting dental somewhere else. They'll be able to do that too. The way that we do our enrollment options for our dental, vision, and hearing is you can use Enrollment Hub, which is what I would highly suggest. And we're going to go over that in a little more details in just a couple slides here. You can send them your own personal URL for self-enrollment. And then you can also use the carrier agnostic enrollment such as Sunfire. All right. Let me go back here. Let me see if it's solid. Yeah, the network for our dental is Humana. We have a pretty large Humana dental network. It's going to be the same as it is on the MA side as well. All right, so let's go over our technology and improvements that we've made. So like I said, between 24 and 25, there's been a lot of improvements. Well, between 23 and 24, there was a lot of improvements as well. What we continue to do here at Humana is we continue to listen to feedback from all our agents, and we continue to try to make changes to make it so much easier for all of you to do business with us. This slide right here really goes over our Vantage. If you're doing business with Humana, whether on the MA, the MedSup, the dental, the PDP, you want to make sure that you're feeling comfortable with our Vantage. Our Vantage has so many different resources that are always available to our agents. Specifically, if you can't get a hold of your broker relation manager or your BRE or myself or URL, Vantage is always going to have all the information that you're looking for. So let's go over some of these boxes here. The first box that I really want to go over is going to be the service inquiry right here. I kind of blew it up right there. Our agent resource phone number, sometimes specifically during AEP, can be a fairly long wait when you're calling in. The service inquiry is probably one of the best things that's ever been created and one of my favorites. You can actually go in and create an inquiry for your member. You can change their address. You can change your PCP if they're on an MA and want to change their PCP. You can do that there. You can ask questions about their claims. You can submit corrections for applications, anything that you would have a question on, commission, you can do that right on the service inquiry. You create an inquiry, it sends an email to our agent resources, and then it sends you an email as well, letting you know that we are working on it. The turnaround with that is less than 48 hours. I myself use it for a lot of my members, or anytime that I run across a member that says I'm having an issue, even if I'm not their agent of record, I can still go in there, create an inquiry for them, and I can ask for customer service to actually reach out to our member so that I don't have to reach back out if I so choose to. So a ton of opportunity for you to really service your member and to service your applications as well. We also have the sales and marketing. We have so many resources when it comes to our marketing resource center. If you've been in it, I'm going to be honest, okay? I was an independent agent, so I've seen the other marketing websites like UHC, super nice to use, right? Our marketing resource center can sometimes be a little clunky the first few times that you use it, but once you get used to it, it starts to flow a lot better. And I will tell you that we have so many resources on there. We're going to go over that in just a few slides here. We also have our Medicare supplement right here on the bottom. I've been petitioning them to put it up towards the top. They have not listened to me yet. I don't know why. But this is where you'll be able to download our outline of coverages and app packets. This is also where I'm going to tell you that paper applications are the bane of my existence, okay? 70% of our pending applications are paper applications. So please, 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 if you have a chance, use the online enrollment tool. They're so much easier. They don't allow you to make mistakes like they would on a paper application. But let's say that you needed one or you needed the outline of coverage, you'll be able to find it there. You can click on it. It's a live Excel spreadsheet. and you'll actually be able to see all our products, all the states, along with all the legal forms that you would need. You also have access to our agent guidebook and our underwriting guide. Our agent guidebook has every answer you would ever need about our Medicare supplement product. And then right here, this is going to be our quote and enroll and My Humana business. These are these two boxes right here. This is where you'll find Enrollment Hub. If you're doing applications on FastApp, please stop. Enrollment Hub is the most effective tool that we have. It is so nice to work with, really, really easy, cannot make mistakes. FastApp can sometimes be a little clunky. The Enrollment Hub is really the best tool that we have. And then here you have the My Humana business. One thing that we've added for 2024 is that you can actually look at your pending applications. If it's a Medicare supplement application, it will tell you why it's pending. Like, let's say that it's pending for GI proof. It will tell you that. Or if it's pending because something was missed on the application, it's actually going to go ahead and tell you that so that you don't have to call into agent services. So really great opportunity for you to have more action and more hands-on with your applications. A few other things that we're really working on as well for 2025 is being able to see your premium on your members. We know that that's a pain point for our agents, so we're really working on getting that fixed. We're hoping that 25 is a year where we'll be able to fix that. So let's move on to our agent resources. We have a lot of different marketing resources that are available. This is on that marketing resource center where I was showing you before. Once you log into that, you'll be able to find so many different flyers, postcards, emails, social media to be able to really help market yourself as a Medicare resource in your community. There is a Medicare supplement playbook, which really tells you how to effectively market yourself as a Medicare supplement agent. We also have flyers. We have rate flyers. There's Medicare 101. There's Medicare consumer brochures, which I'll show you on the next slide. I'm going to tell you that, like I said, I was a independent agent in Fort Myers, Florida. We have a lot of independent agents in Fort Myers, Florida. And I did a lot of events, right? I was the Medicare advisor for my community. So I did a ton of events. I did farmers markets. I did every festival that ever showed up. If anybody had any type of event, I made sure I showed up. Now, I had a really nice agency. I had my own agency logo that I took a ton of time to create it. And let me tell you that the only people that actually recognized my logo was myself, my kids, and my mom. So that was kind of sad, right? But it makes sense though, because when we're agents, if we're using a company's logo, it really brings brand recognition, right? So let's take a look at Humana. Humana spends millions of dollars a year marketing themselves as a Medicare health carrier. We have MA, we have MedSup. So why not use their brand for recognition? Anytime that I did an event and I used a Humana green tablecloth or I used their marketing pieces, I had a lot more action in my table. I had a lot of people walk up and say, I love Humana, I hate Humana, I have Humana. It doesn't matter what they said, but at least it started a conversation piece. It allowed people to understand what service I was offering my community without having to step up to my table. So a really great opportunity for you to double back and use the Humana branding to help brand yourself as a Medicare resource in your community. Our consumer resources are amazing. This brochure right here is actually brand new. This is a booklet that will explain how Medicare supplement works. It also has a blurb on there versus MA, so it kind of helps you open up that conversation with your members. We also have a PowerPoint that you can download. If you are going to a prospect's house, you can use our PowerPoints to help go through a Medicare 101 with them. Our online tools are amazing. You can actually do social media posting and you can schedule it. So what I used to do is I would spend one day out of every quarter scheduling all my social media so that I wouldn't have to go back and do it every single month. It really just helped out to help clear out my schedule and make sure that my blocking worked out better. All right, so let's talk about our enrollment tools. I know that I already kind of mentioned it, but eHub is one of the best enrollment tools that we have. When you're using eHub, you have the opportunity to stop, start, and save an application. You have the opportunity of a scope of appointment as well, where it actually stays there and we keep it for you. You have the opportunity for our real-time underwriting tool, which I'll go over in just a little bit here. You also have a cross-sell opportunity. Once you're done submitting the application for Medicare supplement, it's going to ask you about PDP, which right now we have a very competitive PDP product out in the market. It's also going to ask if you want to talk to them about dental, vision, and hearing, helping you prompt those conversations with your consumers when you're sitting at their house. We have a lot of different signature options. The newest signature option that we have, and the best one, is going to be our security code text. And again, I have a slide for that in just a moment here. But you also do have the option to do an email signature. I'm going to be honest, that one's a little clunky for MedSup, not for MA. We also have the digital where they can sign right on your computer. And we have the voice signature too. So if all else fails, if your internet is coming in and out, you need to do a voice signature, you'll be able to do that. Let's talk about the security code text signature. This is actually really awesome tool. Once you get to the end of your application, you choose security code. What it does is it asks you for the cell phone number for your member. You input that. You're going to answer some consent questions, and then it sends a text message to your member. It looks a lot like what you're seeing on the screen right now. Your member is going to read out that 4-digit to you. You're going to put that into Enrollment Hub where it asks you to hit submit, and it submits their signature with the application. Super easy to use. Again, one of the best tools that we have out there. And then the member quickly is going to receive a text letting them know that their application has been submitted. Now let's talk about the underwriting tool that I keep mentioning. So our immediate underwriting tool, again, is a really great tool. As we sit right now, it is approving or denying 70% of our applications. The other 30% are being pending where it needs a little deeper review from somebody within our underwriting team. But the way that it works is that you submit the application, and within minutes, it's a third-party company that we use. What they do is they take a look at the application, they pull the data of the member, the medical and prescription drug, and then based on the risk factor that member is showing up as, they will either approve or deny. If it's approved, you're good to go. If your member is denied and your member feels like that is incorrect, or you feel like that is incorrect, you can call into our underwriting team with the member, and we'll go over the application with you and the member to kind of see why it was denied right away, or maybe we need to take a deeper look into it. If it needs review, what that basically means is that somebody within our underwriting team just has to take a deeper look at it. Maybe something got flagged, or maybe there's a question about a specific drug or a procedure, and we need more clarification before we can choose which way the risk is going for that one. The way you get notified is you get notified right on Vantage. It's actually going to be a banner right on the top of your Vantage, or it'll show up in your My Business Humana reports right here. Another way that you'll get notified is depending on whether or not you chose to receive text messages, email, or mail from Humana. That's another way that you can get notified for that. And honestly, Vantage is the easiest way. Once you submit the application, just log back into your Vantage, give it a few minutes, and I'll let you know what's happening. All right, so for my last slide today, before I take a look at all our questions, we're going to go over tips and tricks of the Humana Medicare supplement. These are the top questions that I get asked on a regular basis. Number one, our first year commissions are in the 12 months advance, and then after that, we go month to month. Applications can be submitted 3 months before the effective date. We know that this is a pain point. We are working on trying to fix that. We'd like to have the ability to be able to take applications 6 months before, much like our competitors. The application effective date has to be the first of the month with Humana MedSup. We do have standard versus preferred rates. That's going to be based off of tobacco usage and whether or not your member had Medicare prior to 65. That's also going to be based on where you're doing business. Some states allow you to do this, some states do not. Every single state, when it comes to MedSup, has its own laws that we have to follow. Answering yes to an underwriting question does not mean that it's denied. So please submit the application. Let our team do what they're meant to do, which is underwrite the application. We have a 12-month rate guarantee. Here's what that means. Once you write your member in for 12 months, you're locked in. Okay. If we have a rate increase within that 12 months, they're not going to see that till their policy anniversary. Initial ACH payments are drafted when the coverage becomes effective. And then after that, we will draft between the 2nd and the 7th of every single month. Coupon payment comes with monthly payments. So if your member wants to pay for the whole year, a quarter, 6 months, they're just going to rip out those months and send those in with their check. You do have to have a Medicare number to start an application. We know that this is a pain point as well. We know that a lot of times you can submit MedSup with a Social Security or maybe not a real MedSup member number, Medicare number. Unfortunately, our system does require that Medicare number. If for some reason you do submit an application with an incorrect Medicare number, please remember that you have 45 days to fix that or to make sure that the Medicare has been active. And that is on you as an agent to make sure that you reach out to us. When you submit an application without a Medicare number, what we'll do is it will show canceled, but we actually pen those for 45 days. So you have 45 days to fix those Medicare number. Our rates are filed by county, not by zip code. It just makes it easier to kind of look it up. And if you have a birthday during the month that your policy becomes effective, you're going to rate up. So if I'm turning 66 in March, we're only in February. I was trying to rush a year out. But if I turn 66 in March and I'm doing a March 1st effective date, then I'm going to rate my number up to 66. And then last but not least, we have so many great resources here. URL has some really great resources as well. Make sure you reach out to us. Let us know how we can help you grow your business with Humana MedSup. So let me take a look at these questions here. If you have any other ones, please feel free to put them out there. Otherwise, this kind of does put me at the end of my presentation. So Jill, let me take a look at this. Okay, so Jill's question is, please explain what exactly for a Medicare supplement are the specific reason for premium rate increases? Absolutely, Jill. Our rate increases are based off of premium versus claims. So it's what we do is every year we take a look at the premium that we had coming in versus the claims that we had to pay out. If you're using guaranteed issue to put in only sick people on a Medicare supplement product without giving us a good verse of people, healthy and sick, then what's going to happen is that those claims are going to get so high that it's going to override our premium. So therefore, it's going to require higher rate increases for us to make sure that we can balance that out. That's what rate increases are about. That is for every single carrier. That's why we take so much time to talk about making sure that when we're selling MedSup, we're selling MedSup to healthy and sick people, not just sick people. As MA is really grown in popularity, what we tend to see a lot of is people saying, oh, you're healthy, jump on an MA. But, you have to remember that once you're on an MA, getting onto a MedSup is going to be pretty impossible once you're sick. So you want to make sure that you give them that opportunity while they're still healthy. And two, it helps us stabilize our book of business, right? So again, those rate increases are going to be premium versus claims that we're seeing come in for the year. Let's see, any plans available for under 65 applicants? Are they available for ESRD, or is this more on the line of underwriting knockout? So under 65, it really depends on the state that you're doing business in. Some states force us to do under 65 plans. Some states do not. I will tell you that if we're not forced, we're not going to have a plan there, just because, again, under 65 population that's available, that's already on Medicare, is probably somebody that is more unhealthy, and that is, not something that we can always support. So again, it depends what state you're selling in. And if they are under 65, a lot of the times they'll have an open enrollment, much like you do when you first become eligible for Medicare. And then outside of their open enrollment, they will have to have a guaranteed issue or be healthy enough to go through underwriting. Another thing to keep in mind when it comes to under 65 is a lot of the times the premium is twice to 3 times more for under 65 than it is for somebody who is 65, just to kind of make up again for those claims. And look at your commission statement as well. Guaranteed issue business and under 65 business does not, depending again on state, does not always have the same commission rate as open enrollment or underwriting will. Oh, Joe, thank you for that. What Joe said is you may wish to mention a plus with Medicare supplement plans like Humana, that PA being one of the 8 states that do not have excess charges. That's a really great comment. Excess charges for Plan N. So Plan N, what makes it so different from a Plan G outside of that premium saving is going to be that it has co-pays for the providers and emergency room, and also Plan N does not cover excess charges. So Pennsylvania does not have excess charges, which is amazing. So excess charges basically states that anybody that does not take Medicare assignments, which across the nation is less than 2% of providers and facilities, have the opportunity to charge an additional percentage on top of what Medicare assignment is. We don't see a lot of that actually come in claims for the Part B excess charges. The reason why, again, is that the only people that can charge that are providers and facilities that do not accept Medicare assignment or that are not working with Medicare. And for the most part, that's really reserved for really like specialized surgeons. For the most part, we don't see a ton of that coming in. If a beneficiary has a MedSup issued Pennsylvania and relocates to another state where the plan premium is more expensive, is PA issue plan portable? That's a great question. Again, yes, it is. Your Medicare supplement is portable. All they have to do is call into customer service and they will be quoted the out-of-state rates, okay? So the out-of-state rates might or might not be a little more higher depending, again, what state they're moving into. Another thing that we give them an option to within Humana is a guaranteed issue into another Humana plan. So let's say that you're moving from Pennsylvania to North Carolina. North Carolina have cheaper premiums than Pennsylvania. Then your member would have a guaranteed issue to jump on another Humana MedSup plan. If the state moved to is less expensive, I already answered that. Okay, Cassie. When doing a MedSup app in the Enrollment Hub, if you answer yes to a health question, Enrollment Hub won't let you continue with the app. So should we do a paper app then? Cassie, that's actually a really great question. If it's one of the automatic declines, then it's not going to allow you to go forward. If it's one of the questions where it's not an automatic decline, it will allow you to go forward. So if someone's aging in a Medicare 65, they can not choose supplement N. Do I understand that? No, that is incorrect, Sharon. So the only way that you can get into a plan N, and this is achieve, is that either you're open enrollment, meaning you just received a Medicare Part B, or you are underwriting. So those are the two ways to get into a Plan N. So you can choose a Plan N when you first become eligible for Medicare Part B, or when you're healthy and you can underwrite later on in life. That's what helps us keep that plan really nice when it comes to premium rate increases. If somebody has guaranteed issue, like they came off a group employer or their MA plan exited and now they have a guaranteed issue to MedSup, or it's a birthday rule. There are some states out there that have birthday rules as well. For those people, you will not be able to get into a Plan N. Great, you guys, I know we're kind of ending on time here. We have 1 minute left. So I just want to say thank you so much to all of you that stuck here with us. I look forward to seeing you guys in September. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. And a big thank you to URL for allowing us to come on and talk to you about our product. Again, make sure you reach out if you have questions. Ben, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate it. Great information. Already had an agent reach out wanting to get contracted. So awesome, which is great. And I did want to echo like what you said too, just real quick about, I think agents are really, and the rates too, agents are really fixated with Medicare Advantage growing. It's either if you're super healthy, go to MA, where like the med subs are just getting embedded with not healthy business, which is not what you guys or anybody really wants to see. Right. So if you can get it split up that's why we're seeing so many high rate jumps, I believe, across the board.
The
So,
other the other thing that I didn't really get a moment to talk about is
mm,
diversification of business, right? Look at what happened to AP. We had so much MA switching that it
yep,
really made it hard for you to grow your book business. So you really want to make sure you diversify your book of business to have that 70-30 market so that
yep,
when MA kind of falls, you still have that Mets up to really
yep.
lean on.
Totally agreed. Totally agreed. Well, we really
Yeah,
appreciate it today and really appreciate your partnership
thank
throughout it as well. So, looking forward
thank
to
you
keep
so much.
going.
Yes, I look forward to it as well. Everyone
Yep.
stay warm and have a great February
Hey,
and
thanks so
happy
much.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.